Hello everybody, this is Woolrig, and we are on episode 13 of Infinity Evolved Normal Mode. Well, I've got a bit of a problem. The tree farm is making lots of wood, but it's not doing very good with coal production. So I want to do something right now to address that issue. And I think this is as good a time as any to get started with Ender.io, because, I don't know, why not? It's there. So with that, I'm going to make, let's take a look at our generators. We have a lot of options for power generation in this mod pack, but what I'm going to start with is what's called the Stirling generator. And we see it's actually pretty easy to make. Just needs a few pretty basic items, of which I should have most of them, except for the stone bricks. Oh, and the gears. Well, that's easy enough. 1, 2. The Stirling generator is pretty nice, so if we just pop it down here. One of the things I like about Ender.io right out of the gate is that you can configure the sides of them for inputs and outputs and all kinds of different options. You just kind of right click on it until you get the option you want. It also has some redstone control options and some other things. The other item I'm going to want is also from Ender.io, and that is called the Alloy Smelter. This is a pretty powerful furnace, essentially, but it allows you to actually make alloys too. So it's kind of like the induction furnace from thermal expansion, only, well, I think a little bit easier to make. So, looks like I need some more gold nuggets. Like that. And probably the hardest part of this is this basic capacitor. Most of the Ender.io, the more complicated machines, take something like that. This thing does require a pretty significant amount of iron, if you noticed. There's a lot of iron that just went into making that piece. Of course, the cauldron, that's a pretty big iron user. And then just some furnaces. And the 3 furnaces actually make sense because the alloy furnace has 3 internal spots. And so you can have it in furnace mode or in alloy mode. And it actually gives you all of the different recipes. As you can see, there's 265 pages of them. I'm not going to go through that. And then like the generator, you can configure all the sides to do all kinds of different things. I don't need to do that right now either. So I've got those 2 guys. I'm going to grab this crescent wrench. I've got some item ducts and some servos just in case. I'm not really entirely sure how I'm going to wire this up yet, but I'll figure it out. So we're going to run over to the tree farm here, and I will show you exactly what I'm seeing. So we see our wood. We've got 8,000 some blocks of wood in here. I've upgraded this to the obsidian one. The charcoal, however, is only at 155, and that's really because this this furnace is free, so it's very slow. I'm not sure if it tells me anywhere. No, it doesn't really tell me anywhere what the speed is, but it's pretty slow. Which, it's free, so I guess that's the cost, right? All right, so what I'm going to do is, I'm thinking I might just put these out here somewhere. Nope, that's not where I want it. So, Sterling generator. What's a good spot? Why not? Right there. Put the Sterling generator there. We'll put the Alloy Smelter there. And then I think what I'll do actually is I'm going to take that guy out. I'm going to figure out how I want to get wood into this thing. Let's just see here. So I'm going to grab a stack of charcoal while I'm at it and just toss that in. This is going to start burning up. And as you'll see, it tells you right here, it's making 20 RF a tick. Burn rate is 2x. So it's not bad. It's not great. But you can upgrade this. And right there it tells you in the mouse over. So a double layer capacitor would give you 2.7x efficiency, while an octadic capacitor would give you 5.3. And then it also increases the total amount of power generation. I think you can get this up to 80 RF a tick, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I've used one, so. But yeah, if you'll notice, the internal storage here is not filling up because when these guys sit next to each other, this guy is actually getting the power. So that's pretty cool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually program the side of this as an output. So as this thing makes charcoal, we'll just grab a stack of wood here. As it makes charcoal, it's actually going to try to backfill the generator. And that way the generator should always stay full of charcoal. And then what I'm going to do, I think, is just tap off of this, like so. We'll go ahead and right click that because we don't want that to do anything. And I'm going to put this filter on here. That's a servo. That's a filter. I'm going to put the filter on there and grab a piece of wood and just tell it I only want wood. So that should, as this guy empties wood, I think he's set for farthest first. Is that what I did? Yeah. Furthest first, which would be these two. So he's going to try and go down here, and this guy's going to store 3 stacks of wood. And as we can see, the power is actually just about stable there. So we're using as much as we're producing, which is perfect. Let's see if that's the case when we go to this. It is. And you'll notice it's making 3 pieces of charcoal at one time. So that is pretty darn cool. Alright, the last thing we need to do is now get the charcoal back over to there. And to do that, I think, actually, nope, we don't want to do that. Right click there. No, we don't want to do that either. Oh yeah. Well, you know. So, a little bit of pipe trickery there. And we can do that. So with this now, go ahead and throw this servo back on here. And turn him on. And then we'll program the side over here to push. And what that should do is that should start emptying that, and that should start filling that. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking. No pun intended. The coke oven here, I'm going to let just run, and it's going to continue to run until this tank is completely full of creosote oil, which I think it holds 512 buckets. So, you know, once that fills up, then it's not going to be able to pump creosote oil out of here, and so then this guy will fill with 12 buckets and stop, because it won't have any more capacity in here, so that'll just turn itself off eventually. These guys are going to do their thing, making charcoal. Now my only concern is if this guy doesn't get the charcoal first. I don't know if there's a way to weight the sides. I was kind of worried about that. But I think what I might be able to do is turn that off and put it over here. So now what this is essentially going to do is the coke oven is going to be producing charcoal, and that charcoal is going to feed the Stirling generator. The Stirling generator is going to give power to the Alloy Smelter, and the Alloy Smelter is going to create charcoal, only a lot faster. And actually I think that'll be a pretty efficient way of doing this, because this guy will produce them. Let's see if I can find. There we go, 900 ticks. So there's 20 ticks per second. Yeah, you do the math. It's about a minute, a little over a minute, minute and a half. So that's not bad. I'm not sure it'll keep up, but I'll keep an eye on it, see how it goes. The other thing I wanted to show you is I did an upgrade on this, and if you look at Wayla there, it says it's void, because I figured 2,048 saplings was more than enough for my needs, so I'm just voiding the rest of them. And that should do the trick. All right, back in a sec. Okay, I think I'm going to finally make something I've talked about several times before. I think I have all the parts for it now. So I've unsuccessfully tried to build the Pyroclast Pendant in the past, but I think I got everything. So what we're going to need to do is get into Britannia and do some rune crafting. And in order to do that, I need a Runic Altar. This is basically the crafting table for making runes and kind of infusing other things with mana. But in order to do that, I'm going to need, looks like a mana diamond, which is just a diamond thrown into a mana pool, and some living rock. So it creates runes. Cool. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves a diamond. And I've been kind of throwing some charcoal on these flowers over here, on and off. So I've got a good deal of mana built up. And I'm pretty sure I've got, oh yeah, got plenty of living rock. So that's not an issue. And then I need a mana spreader. So the Runic Altar, just like everything else in Britannia, requires mana to operate. So what I'll do is put this mana spreader down here, and you'll see it's connected to this mana pool, so it's actually filling up and drawing mana directly from that. And if I shift right click on each one of these guys, I can turn that spreader towards there, and now that can operate once the Runic Altar has some things to operate on. So what do we need to do? Well, if we go look at our pendant, we need a Rune of Summer and a Rune of Fire. I'm going to start with the Rune of Fire because that's the easier of the two to make. And that's going to take some mana powder, which is just any kind of powder dropped into a mana pool. So if I had some sugar, that'd probably be the cheapest thing to use. Like that. And if I smelt up a piece of netherrack, I should have just about everything I need, except I forgot the final component. So, living stone. And that should get me everything I need for a Rune of Fire. Let's see. Go ahead and put this stuff on my hotbar, like so. And to load this up, we just right-click on here. We can also throw the items down, and they'll go into there. Let's see, that should be everything we need. Right, so nether brick, mana steel ingot, mana powder. Looks good, and we'll know if we right-click on it and nothing happens. Missing something. Oh. Nether brick. There we go. Just like that. And so as soon as Vasky actually changed this recently, so as soon as all of the items are on there, it automatically starts crafting. So that's cool. You used to have to actually right-click it in order to get it to work, but you don't have to do that anymore. And once you get the lightning graphic, you are ready to go. So what you do to finalize this is you drop a piece of living stone on there and right-click. And you can right-click with an empty hand to add back the last recipe. That's cool. So, Rune of Fire, done. Now I need a Rune of Summer. And this one's actually a compound rune because it takes other runes to make it. So I need a Rune of Earth and a Rune of Air, which is like that and like that. So let me go ahead and get all of those items and make those runes. Okay, in the rain, but I think I got everything now. So the first one is going to be the Rune of Earth, which is like so. And we'll just let it do its thing. Oh yeah, we got lots of mana. Well, enough to do this. That really is not a lot of mana, but it's enough to get started anyway. Alright, then we're going to make the Rune of Air, which is like so. And it used to be that when you used these runes, you would, you crafted with them, you would lose them, but that's not the case anymore, or at least not for Runic Altar recipes. So the nice thing is, this Rune of Earth and this Rune of Air, although I've got two of them, I'm not going to lose them when I make the Rune of Summer, which is what I will make next. Let's see, so we need one of those and 2 sand, if I remember right. Rune of Summer. Sand, sand, rune, melon, slime, sand, rune. Go. Cool. And we can see we're doing a little bit of damage to our mana pool here, but not much. But again, it's only about a quarter of a pool. My plan is to eventually have many pools of mana. So, we got some work to do before we get to that. That overlay is cool, by the way. That's new in one of the more recent updates. I'm still a little bit behind on the Britannia. Vasky is pretty busy these days with the Botania updates. They come hard and fast. So, oh, good lightning storm. So now I should have everything I need except for Mana Steel. Let's grab about that many. Now what I'm not sure of is when you craft with the runes, I think you might lose the runes in the process. I guess we're about to find out. Yep, looks like it. Must be that way. Yeah, so if I use the runes on the Runic Altar, I don't lose them, but if I craft with them, I lose them. Well, that's okay. I can handle that. So the Pyroclast Pendant goes right here in your bauble slots, and this guy is pretty cool because let's see if I have any lava. I'll show you what this pendant can do. Do I have a bucket in there? I do. I have one bucket of lava. Great. Perfect. Because I want to stand in lava. Now the important thing is here, the lava will start me on fire and I will take damage. But what won't happen is that I will not stay burning when I get out of the lava. That is really important. So if we notice, I jump in, I'm on fire. I jump out, I'm not. That is pretty cool, and that's going to be real handy if I need to fight some more blazes or something here in the near future, or just general exploration of the nether, because there's lots of things in the nether that want to start me on fire, and I don't like that. Alright, well I got some runes, and I want to do something else with them. There's a sash, so the Sojourner Sash, let's see, air and earth. I've got those. Just enough. Cool. So the Sojourner Sash is nice because what this allows me to do, this is a belt, so that goes in my belt spot, and what you'll notice is that I run a little bit faster and I get step assist. So now I don't have to jump to go up a block. That is pretty cool. And if you notice, there's actually 3 levels of this. So the Sojourner Sash is the easiest one to make. That's kind of the first tier. The second one takes quite a bit more stuff. We haven't even gotten to any of those things yet. But that one allows me to run a lot faster. The last one, this one's kind of interesting. This is called the Plain Strider's Sash. As a newer ad, I don't know what version of Botania it came in. But that one gives you the step assist. Oh yeah, I get jump. I get higher jump too, by the way, I forgot. So I get double jump. Whee. No, the Plain Strider Sash. It doesn't speed up your normal running right away, but basically the longer you run, the faster you run. So if you're trying to cross a lot of terrain really fast, the Plain Strider Sash. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Plain Strider Sash. That's kind of cool. Anyway, what is next? I got a couple of neat things. Let's go into the nether and try them out, because I think they'll come in handy. So let me grab a few things and let's go see if we can't kill some more blazes, because I need more blaze rods. I don't have enough. Be right back. Okay. Last time I was here, I left one of these blaze spawners in place because I want to come back and kill these guys. So I'm going to take damage from them as they shoot me, but I'm not going to take damage from their fire. So that's cool. And this is actually a really good blaze spawner to camp, because it's pretty well enclosed. They can't fly off too well. So now if they would just spawn, they can see me shooting with fire all day long. I will not burn. Cool. Come on. Let's see, maybe I need to clear a little bit of headroom out here. Not bad at all. I like it. Well, I think this is a good spot to end the episode. I'm going to spend some time here killing some blazes and getting some more blaze rods for various reasons. So for now, this is Wolrig. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.